I'm here. I didn't think I was gonna be. I didn't think I was gonna be doing a Facebook Live tonight. My thing's all messed up. I'm real casual today. I've been working, and more working, and not sleeping much, and drinking a lot of caffeine since I saw you last week. So who's out there? I have a lot to share, but not a whole lot of time. Hey Rachel, I have to look to see who's on there. Hope you're doing well. So I have been such a crazy busy little bee. Hey Becky, the countdown has begun, hasn't it? So I'm going to be seeing Becky in just, let me see, less than a week. So that's pretty cool, out at the Historical Romance Retreat. So I told y'all last week that I was going to be busy packing. I thought that I would be still sewing stuff for my workshop by now, and I thought I wouldn't be packing till the last minute, but I'm so proud of myself. Okay, yes, I'm being very smug and self-satisfied little snot tonight. That's what I am. Because let's see, I can't remember the day that I started. It's just been a little over a week. I created everything I needed for my Regency workshop, which if you were watching my Facebook post, I made, oh my gosh, so many things. I made 2 shifts, I made 2 bodice petticoats, I made 1 white dress. I didn't need to make the second white dress because my model, Amanda McCabe, already had one, and it was the style that I was going to make anyway, and it fits her, so I said, okay, we'll just use yours for that. But I made, let me see, some canazoos, some overgowns, the whole velvet pelisse. I made hats and bonnets and turbans, and oh my gosh, so many things. A little sheer garment called a canazoo. It's a little sheer bodice that goes over a dress. That was really hard to make, but I made one of those. I've been wanting to make one of those, so I made so many things in a week, a little over a week. It's I amazed myself, honestly. I can't believe how much I got done. And I got 14, count it, 14 costumes into one suitcase. So I have a really big suitcase. I mean, I'll confess, I bought it. When I bought it, I looked to see the very largest size the airlines allow, and I almost always fly Delta, so I don't know about the smaller airlines. But the biggest one that Delta and the bigger airlines allow, and I went to town. I packed everything that I mentioned for my Regency workshop, plus 3 dresses that I made for other people that I'm taking out there with me instead of shipping, because 2 of them were for somebody who's coming from Australia, and the shipping is just outrageous to Australia. So I told her I'd send them. I was going to send them to the hotel because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to fit them in with all my other stuff. But I got 3 dresses plus all my things. I have my Harlots and Highwaymen outfit. I have my Speakeasy outfit. I went ahead and packed my 2 1830s outfits I made. My outfit for the tea. I mean, I packed everything, even 4 pairs of shoes and my clothes steamer in one suitcase. So I used plastic bags. The last time I went shopping at my fabric warehouse, I found these zipper plastic bags. They're the kind that like comforters and pillows and stuff come in. They were selling them. They were like 3 for $1. So, or 3 for, I can't remember. I think they were like 3 for $1 or something, really cheap. So I bought like 10 of those. And they were ideal because I can fit 2 of them side by side in my suitcase in each layer. So I packed them really full. I mean, everything's going to be super wrinkled, but I'm bringing my steamer. And I just used those plastic bags, and they were just marvelous. And they aren't even the vacuum bag kind, which maybe if I had those, I could have even gotten even more. But I did get everything, and so I'm in good shape. I was even having my husband bring an extra suitcase, which we're doing anyway, because I'm going shopping at the LA Garment District ahead of time we're flying out on Sunday. The retreat doesn't start till Wednesday night is the welcome reception. So we're going to be there. I'll have all day Monday and Tuesday to shop, and then the retreat starts. So yeah, I'm bringing an empty suitcase for that. So, and my normal clothes. Now, I didn't pack my normal clothes yet. The regular stuff I need, I'll pack those. I have a second suitcase, and I might need to put some things in my husband's suitcase. He's not bringing half as much stuff as I have, but he's still got as much baggage allowance. Now, the challenge. The challenge was the hats. The hats. I'm going to have to go down to my room and show you what I did with the hats. Everything is unpacked again. I mean, they're in their individual bags, but I had to take them out of the suitcase because I had to dig out the petticoat that I'd already packed in order to make this last dress. So it's a sheer dress, so I had to have the petticoat with it. So I had to dig it out. So everything is out of the suitcase again, but I've packed and unpacked it several times now, and everything goes back in. So it all goes back in. Now the hats. I have 2 really big hats. Big, I mean really big brim. Also my husband's top hat that I bought for him for the retreat, and then I have my turquoise Regency hat that I did. That's kind of a bucket hat, it's tall. So what I did, I looked through all our bags, and we have 2 garment bags that are carry-on size. They're more square than the other bags that we have. And I unzipped one of those, and it flips open. You know, it zips closed. It flips like this. And I was able to get my big hats in there, just on the garment bag, laid flat. And I'm going to take it as my carry-on so I can put it in the overhead and keep it flat. And then I still have room in that bag. I can put things around the hats and inside the crown, the crown of the hats. So I even got my hats, which I was afraid I was going to have to ship those. So I am like in such good shape. So I got everything made for the workshop, for the first workshop. I still have cravats to make for the gentleman's workshop. I'm making probably 15 or 20 cravats since we're going to be doing some cravat tying. So I haven't made those yet. I cut them. All I have to do is hem them. So it's probably going to take me a whole day because there's so many, but I'm saving that for Saturday. I'll just do that. It's no big deal. I'll just sit and hem, and I'll take as many as I get done. If I only get 10 done, we'll work with 10. But anyway, after going through all that, I really didn't make myself a whole lot of new stuff for HR, and I was feeling kind of bad about that, especially the ball. The dress I wanted to take for the ball, it's Victorian, and it would have been really, really hard to pack. I couldn't have packed that one dress. It wouldn't have gone. There's too many pieces, and it was too much. I couldn't have packed it and taken all that other stuff. So I just thought it wasn't a wise choice. Plus, it's a Regency-themed ball, so I figured I needed a Regency dress. I only had one Regency dress. I've worn it once. It's nice, but I didn't want to wear it again, and I don't know, I really felt like I needed the showstopper. You know, come on, guys, I make these dresses for everybody else. I gotta have a fabulous dress. And I would feel really terrible if, you know, the Period Images rental dresses were better than my dress. So, all right, so I just had to do it. So I had some material set aside a long, long time ago that I had intended to make a sheer Regency dress. It's a very, very thin material. Looked very Regency ball gown to me, and I'd been wanting to do it, and I just didn't have the time and had so much else to do. But I got caught up, so I decided I'm going to make this dress. I showed the material to Becky when she was here, and I really, really wanted to make it. It's what I wanted to make. It's what I wanted to wear. So I started on it yesterday, and I just finished it. I made a dress, the underdress, which I posted pictures of, but that is not the whole thing, you guys. I'm going to show you the whole thing now. It's so great. The dress was pretty, but you know, it just wasn't blingy enough for me. I'm a pretty blingy, flamboyant kind of girl. It was too dull. It was pretty, but it was dull. So go on my Facebook page if you want to see the dress. As white as you cannot see the detail in the pictures. It really, really is pretty because I put this rhinestone trim on it, and it does not show up in the pictures. And the material has little gold, metallic gold flecks that doesn't really show up in the picture. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. But I did the dress, and then I did a headdress. I did a turban. I've never worn a turban, so, you know, and that's the Regency thing to do, the turban and the big ostrich plumes. But when I was done with that, I just knew it wasn't good enough. And I had some gold silk set aside that I was going to make an overgown out of, you know, one of those half robes like I've been making. And it just still wasn't enough. So I went digging through my fabric bin today, my closet, and I came up with an idea. And I told you I'm being smug and self-satisfied because I came up with something brilliant. I'm going to show it to you in just a minute. I'm teasing you. So before I do that, let me see the comments. Oh, wow. Quite a few people. Becky, Peggy, Cynthia, Tina. Hey, Tina. I'm getting excited. I have worked my tushy off, Tina, and I'm not done yet. Now that I got this dress done tonight, I'm going to make a man's Regency coat. It wasn't on my list at all, but I'm doing a men's clothing workshop, a men's fashion, and my husband has all these clothes, but he doesn't have a Regency coat. And Elizabeth Ellen Carter's husband, Duncan, is going to be helping me. And he said he's mastered tying the cravat. He didn't have a Regency coat either. So my husband, I did find last night, his tailcoat will work just fine. Regency, they wore the tailcoat. So I had to get him some pants. So I got him some of those front fall breeches. I got 2 pair of those, one for John and one for Duncan, which I had them shipped to the hotel. So I just ordered them yesterday. So John's got a tailcoat that'll work for Regency. Duncan didn't, so I'm going to try tonight to make Duncan a Regency tailcoat for the workshop. I should be able to get it done. Should take me 2 days. I can't do it in a day. But if I start tonight, I'll have Thursday and Friday, and that still gives me Saturday to do the cravats and to finish my packing. So, yes, I've worked very, very hard. Hey, Janice. Becky, yes, it's a lot of stuff. Hey, Amy and Tammy. Yeah, Becky, my packing tips, use plastic bags. I'm serious. In fact, I will bring if you guys want me to, I have everything strewn out on the floor in my room right now. I told you I had to unpack the bag, but I'll bring the phone, my camera down there and show you guys what I did. Janice, I wish you were going too. I really wish you had been able to, but definitely my husband's going to try to videotape my workshops. He's going with me, so I asked him. He's going to try to, so I hope we can get some videotape or at least some pictures. So whoever's coming to my workshops, please take pictures for me. Hey, Hilda, how's that spider dress going? And hey, Juliana, Amanda, Christine, Diane, Pat, Sandy. Gosh, I've got quite a crowd tonight. Okay, so I am going to, before I get to the dress, unscrewing my camera, my phone from the tripod. I'm going to walk downstairs. Oops, you saw a little preview behind me. I'm going to go down to my bedroom so you guys can see my packing disaster. But you can see how I did it, and it worked. I'm serious at all the stuff I got in this bag. I can even prove it to you. So, all right. John, I'm coming into the bedroom. Okay. I warned my husband I might be coming into the bedroom. So, there's a bunch of stuff on the floor. But most of this stuff is empty. These are just bags that I got out. So, the big suitcase I was talking about, we have 2 of them. I've got one and my husband's got one. It's this purple one right here. So, here it is empty, or almost empty. This here I'm going to show you this bag. This is the bag I was talking about. It's like those bags that you get comforters in. And look inside, ladies. I've got turbans. I've got, here's the white dress. Here's the striped dress. Here's like 3 shawls. Here's petticoats. You can see the turbans on top. I got everything for my workshop except for the petticoat that's on my mannequin right now. Everything for my workshop, including, if you look on the end, I got a pair of shoes and some gloves. Everything is in this one bag. There is a heck of a lot of stuff in that one bag. Oh, and this is my banner for the book signing. Okay, so in addition to that, all right, here's another bag. This has 3 dresses in it, and they're multiple piece dresses. The one on the bottom is a 3-piece. The one in the middle is 2-piece. The one on the top is 2-piece. So there's more dresses, and you see those fit right beside. There's 3 more there. All right, here, this is my other costume stuff. Oops, I was in this bag. I have to zip this one back up. So I have stockings on the top, and I had dug my gloves out to put them on the mannequin. So this has my costumes for all the events. Whoops. Here, I'm trying to zip it and hold the, well, I'm not going to zip it. You just have to take my word for it. So this has my harlot costume. You can see the striped skirt. There's my speakeasy costume. There's my dress for the tea. There's a dress for Elizabeth Ellen Carter. There's a dress for somebody else. And then here's some stockings. All right, I'm just going to prove to you. That goes in. Whoops, it fits better on the other side. That goes in. And see, look. See, I got those. And look, see how easily that suitcase closes? Still got all this space here. So, what else do I have? I have in here crinolines, bum pads, other foundation garments. Here's a couple of corsets. Here's my tablecloth for the book signing. I had these shoes in here. I'm going to have to repack because it's not going as well this time. And then here's one more dress for somebody. Okay, it looks really full, right? I still have these small things that I had in there before. But I promise you, it closes and zips without too much trouble. I have to move things around a little bit because it doesn't want to close on the one side because of the shoes. But I promise you I can get this closed again without too much trouble at all. So, that leaves, oh, my hats. Here's some other little stuff I haven't packed yet. I'm just going to make a pile. Okay, so here's what I was talking about with my hats. So I have some really big hats right here. I put them in this plastic bag. They fit also. I could bend them a little bit because they've got wire in the brim. Oh, here's the redingote that I didn't want to get crushed because this is velvet. So, or the pelisse, I mean. So I put that on the bottom under the hats. Then I got my hats in here, and look, these are ginormous hats. I got my navy blue muffin hat and then my tea hat, and you see they fit inside here. This is the garment bag I was talking about, and I still have room. I still have all this room around the hats, and I have these little pockets here I can put stuff in. So, I mean, I still have a lot of room. That's my carry-on, and I still have another bag. Oh, for my husband's hat, okay, the top hat didn't fit in there. So for his hat, I made him put his in a carry-on. So his top hat has to be protected. This box fits inside, and we can pack the box, socks, and we can put things inside the hat. So there's my hat inside his hat. So we can put stuff in the box. It says to rotate my phone. So we can put stuff in the box, and then when the box is closed up, there is some space all around for clothes. All we have to do is roll the clothes. So I don't know if you guys are really good packers. They say to roll your clothes, the things that you can roll up. T-shirts, John will be bringing T-shirts, and t-shirts, underwear, socks, all that kind of stuff can go in that bag. Plus our toiletries. We can probably fit our toiletries in there too without any trouble. So we still have, he still has all his dress clothes, but he hasn't even started yet, and he's got that huge suitcase like mine. So I think the packing's under control. I was shocked. When I started, I thought this was going to be a nightmare, and I started on Monday just to give myself an idea of what I was going to have to do and what I was going to have to ship. And as it turns out, I don't have to ship anything. I'm still going to have room to spare. So I'm, like I said, smug and self-satisfied tonight. Okay, now, are you guys impressed? I hope you're impressed. That was, so my recommendation is buy a bigger suitcase. Just check with the airline that you normally fly. Look to see what the dimensions are. Unless they've changed the dimensions, I bought this one 2 years ago. So unless they've downsized the maximum requirement, I should be in good shape. But I am a frequent flyer with Delta, so I have a lot of miles with them because I have their credit card. So I don't think they're going to give me trouble about my bag. So get a bigger bag. You know, it's heavy, it's bulky, but you know what? It has 4 wheels on it. So it wheels. I don't have to carry it. I could never carry it. It weighs as much as I do. Well, half as much anyway. So, okay, I'm going back upstairs again to talk some more about the dress. Okay, so back upstairs. So now, the dress. I hope you guys aren't, I hope this isn't going to be anticlimactic because I built this up so much. Okay, so I went ahead and dressed the mannequin. I am not going to put this dress on. I have to trust that it fits me because I have not put it on. But if it fits my mannequin, it fits me 99.9% of the time. So I'm not going to stress about that. But I put it on Lady Marian so you could see the whole thing. But I wasn't going to put it on myself until HRR because I want everyone to be surprised. And even though it's on the mannequin, it's still going to look different on me. So here we go. Ta-da! Here is the complete ensemble with gloves and fan and turban and everything. So I'm going to tell you, let's talk a little bit about this dress. So I posted pictures, and as I explained, I don't think this detail shows up in the pictures on this dress, this trim, this beautiful rhinestone trim. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you something that makes me really proud and makes me feel very clever. This little piece of trim needs to be sewed on yet. I just finished the overgown, but I didn't have time to sew this trim on. So I'm going to take this off just so I can show you how this is done. So here's the dress without the trim. I'm just going to sew it onto the waistband here. Okay, I'm going to undo the waistband, and I'll show you the original dress, and I'll show you what makes me so proud about this dress. Okay, so the original dress that I made yesterday, I'm going to take the fan out of her hand too. Okay. I'll take this trim down. Okay, so I posted pictures of the original dress. So here it is. And you know what? I'm going to use my tripod again so I can move around without making everybody dizzy. So hang on just a second here. Okay, so this is the original dress, and I showed you the details up close, and it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty, but to me there was no wow factor at all. So you guys said beautiful, beautiful. Well, Tina, it's special now. It wasn't special before. So the first version, I mean, it's pretty, but it looks like a Regency dress. You know, it just, you know, it's got a little train on it. I'll move her forward a little so you can see the train. So it's the drawstring style that closes in the back, and it just ties. It just ties closed. That was how most dresses were made in the early Regency. And there was a little opening. It didn't gap too much, but they would have worn the shift and or petticoat stays underneath. So that wasn't a concern if there was a little gap, but that is how the dress is closed most of the time, just with ties. So I wanted an authentic style. I wanted the train. This would have been 1800 to 1806. So this is early Regency for this style. This is more of the Empire style. And you see I put this really pretty rhinestone trim on it. And the dress is sheer. That's why I had to make the bodice petticoat, because this fabric, you see, it's very sheer. It's very, very delicate, very hard to work with. I think it's Georgette. So it's similar to chiffon. It's got little metallic gold. I don't know if you can see the detail. Little metallic gold dots. And this is a double layer here. I'll see if I can show you just a little bit more detail on the fabric. So here's, yeah, the single layer. So you can see it's quite sheer. And it has these gold dots. I loved the fabric. I thought it really screamed Regency to me when I got it. And I made the dress, and for me, I made it in a day, which I was happy about, because, you know, I didn't have a whole lot of time to work with. But for me, it was a little bit blah. Just, it's a little boring. That's why I said, you know, Regency's not my favorite, because they're kind of boring. So, what I decided to do, well, which I had wanted to do, was to dress it up with an overgown. And I had this solid gold silk I was going to use, and then I thought I'd put the same trim, that same rhinestone trim on it. And I was looking at that today, and it just wasn't setting me on fire at all. So I went into my closet, and I found this other material, and I only had 1.5 yards of it. So this is some of my embroidered fabrics that I get from India. I had 1.5 yards of this white and gold, only 1.5 yards. So what can you do with that? Well, you can do a skirt, a half skirt, not a full, it's not enough for a full skirt, but a half skirt. So the half robe or open robe, it's open in the front and in the back. It was plenty long enough. But I didn't have any other fabric to work with the top part of the dress. I could have used the solid gold silk, which I ended up using on the belt, but I decided I didn't want to cover up the top part of the dress and all that pretty trim that I put on it. So I made a skirt with suspenders. This was actually done in the Regency. They had petticoats that they wore, and because I couldn't make a skirt by itself, I put a hook in it. The suspenders were an afterthought. Okay, originally I made the skirt, and I put the band, and I put the hook, and it wouldn't stay up. It kept sliding down, because it's up here. It's not at the natural waist. It's at the Empire waist. So then I thought, okay, I have to make a bodice to attach the skirt to, so the skirt will stay up. And then I thought of suspenders. I had a little piece of trim left, this rhinestone trim, and I attached it to the skirt. I put it on the mannequin, and I had seen this idea before with Regency petticoats. They wore them under their dresses with a suspender. So I decided to try this, and by golly, it worked like a charm. So I put the skirt on the dress, and then I lined up the suspender exactly with the trim that was on the skirt. And then you see how beautifully this works. And I also lined it up with the lines of the natural lines of the bodice. And I think it looks fabulous, because it like enhances the bodice. So I'm going to put it back on. So you can see how beautifully this works. So where the shoulder straps fall, it's right on the outside of the shoulder, so it looks like it's part of the dress. I'm getting up closer so you can see. Here, I don't know if you can, oh, I'll zoom. Okay, hopefully now, let me see if I can raise this up. Sorry guys, I'm trying to give you a better view of what I'm doing. All right, now I'm going to zoom back out again. Okay. So, all right, I was trying to give you a closer up view. So here's the suspender. You see, whoops, I'll move her over a little. You see when I put it on, where it falls on the shoulder, it looks like it's part of the trim on the dress. So then I attached it front and back. And in front, I made sure to line it up perfectly with the trim on the overskirt, so it's one continuous line. And then I'm gonna have to put a pin here, and then I'll spin it around because it looks fabulous in the back too. So you see how natural this looks? It just looks very, it just flows. It just flows all together. It really worked well. And then in the back, I love this. I think it looks fabulous. So same thing in the back. Where the suspender falls, it really falls on the natural line of the bodice. And this is where the seam is between the bodice back and the bodice side back. So it just, to me, it looks really natural. And I think it enhances the look of the bodice. I really, really, really love how this turned out. So this was my own idea. And I think it worked really beautifully. I think it made the dress, it took the dress up, the bodice even up to another level. And now I have my beautiful jeweled overskirt. So I'll come back and see if I can give you a view of that again. So maybe I need to take it out of here. I'll take this out so I can give you a close-up of this beautiful fabric too. So here are my jewels. So here's the jeweled overskirt. It's really beautiful. So now, look, what big eyes you have, Grandma. I can't get it to go back. There we go. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I love everything about it, and I can't wait to wear it. So I'm excited to have a new dress for myself for the ball, and I'm really, really proud of this, and that I, solved a problem with an innovative solution that actually enhanced the dress. I'm really happy with that. So I guess that's all I have to say tonight. I have to get started on a Regency men's coat, a tailcoat. And I am kind of tired. I might have to go make a cappuccino tonight. I think so. I shouldn't have so much caffeine because then I don't sleep. But anyway, I think I'm going to be up late anyhow. When I made the canazoo, I started at midnight, and the sheer little top I made the other day. Go to my page, if my profile, if you haven't seen it. It's really cute. But I started at midnight and stayed up till 4:30 in the morning doing that one, so I'm just kind of crazy. So I am going to call it a night, and I will see some of you next week, and we will try to videotape some of the workshops for you guys. So stay tuned, and again, look at my page for the stuff that I've made. And thank you for joining me. Bye.